and Charu, what exactly is or are dark entities?
So dark entity word itself is holds a very big umbrella. And there are many names under this umbrella like black magic, curses, spirit possession, vampire energies, demon energies, satanic energies, voodoo. So, but no need to get fearful with these words because we have to remember that we live in a world of duality where there is day, there is night, there is good, there is bad, and in the same way, there is dark and there is angel. So we live in this world of duality where both the polarities are existing. So we can't just close our eyes and say, you know what, everything is white. If there is black, it needs to be addressed, it needs to be acknowledged, and there is a process with which it has to be dealt about.
Right.
We have seen, Neelu, that so in our work, as you know, we have this expertise over the last 4 5 years where we have actually delved into it, and what we have found is that we have actually broken down our the umbrella into different aspects and how these dark entities actually come to us. So the first aspect that we look at is for people who have died. So allow any person who has died, whether they are loved ones, whether there are any people who have died, the there is a certain time for them to cross over, and if they haven't crossed over, then they become stuck in our earth dimension. So the reason why they may not cross over is because sometimes they are worried about their loved ones, or their loved ones are, too much connected to them and don't know what to do with them. Or sometimes people just die, they get hit by a bus, or they have a tragic accident, they fall off a cliff, and they don't even know that they have died. So now what happens is that they think they're still living, and they what they want to do is they want to actually play out their programs through you. So they need a body. We have a body and they don't have a body. It's as simple as this. So what they do is, because they need a body, and we, as you know, we human beings go through highs and lows in our life. We're sometimes happy, we're sometimes sad, we're sometimes peaceful, we're sometimes angry. But when we stay in this vibration of fear, anger, and hatred, jealousy for too long, our auric field starts developing cracks, or allows these entities, as we call them, that haven't crossed over, to come into our field. And then what they start doing is they start playing out their programs through us. So if I'm a generally peaceful person, I start to become angry because the entity has attached itself to me through the auric cracks and starts playing out the anger program. So I'll be angry, I'll be fearful, and this is how the first type is what we have classified.
The second type is most talked about, which is like, what in generally people call as black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, spells, and other things. So in this, there are people who know certain rituals, certain dark methods to harm other people. So what they do is they actually use these entities and they program them for a specific job. So suppose out of jealousy, somebody wants to block somebody's marriage, somebody's relationship, somebody's health, money, whatever. So they set up a full committee of dark entities or these entities to with a specific mission of blocking X person with marriage or whatever the negative intention they hold against each other. So that is how a black magic would play around with where the like I call it as a ministry is set up to block the other person with certain intention. So that falls under our second category. The third category.
So the third category, we also are quite familiar with, when we go to places, when we meet people, we suddenly get drained. We have so much energy, and then we come home and say, oh my God, I'm so tired. And what happened to me? So this is where we call people who feed off your energy, knowingly or unknowingly. We are not quite sure because we are not sitting and checking what they are doing. But there are people who do this. They vamp your energy. They suck your energy. They actually feed off you. And I actually want to give you like this is something that actually happened to us, and it was so strange. We had a client, and this client came for a clearance, and we found that this client had so much negative energy. And this actually client said we talk as she talks to fairies and she loves children and things like that. And then we were not quite sure whether, to tell her what we had found in her auric field. Anyway, Charu explained what was there in the auric field, and then she went. And then the next day, our calendar became empty, where we were full and we had all our appointments, all our whole calendar block. We're like, everybody canceled, nobody's booking. Like, what's happening? Like, how come? Then suddenly it struck to me, because I also have an awareness and I'm intuitive. I'm like, okay, what's happening? Then we checked our energy and we found that, this lady had vamped our money, our income, our clients. Anyway, we cleared that, and as soon as we cleared it, because as you know, we developed a process to clear our energy field of these things. So we cleared our energy field, and then our business came up. Then we actually, a friend of ours from the UK came, and she was working in one of these centers. So she said, come and meet us in the center. And so we went there and we went to meet her, and she's like, Brenda, Charu, there's so much negative energy in the center. I don't know, I've come here before and I can't understand what is happening. But before we actually met her, we were sitting in the waiting room. We saw this lady passing by, and both Charu and we are looking at each other like, oh, we know what's going on out here. This lady is vamping all the energy. So this is how actually people, and they do it knowingly or unknowingly. And if you don't know how to protect yourself, or you don't have the tools to clear it, then like we would be sitting for months together, our income going.
Right. Right.
And the fourth type. The fourth type is, I think everybody will resonate also and understand. The fourth type is when we are emotionally high. We say negative words. We can say negative words in simple way. That's okay. But when we say with too much of emotion, like, may you never find love in your life. If you say, hey, may you never find love in your life, it's just a statement. I call it air hostess mode. But when you say it with too much of anger and you say, you know what? So that becomes energy in motion. And energy in motion becomes a curse then. So that becomes a curse for the other person. And we do it not only for others, sometimes we do it for ourselves also. Out of anger, we say that, you know what, I'm so dumb. I always do this. And being dumb become a curse for us ourselves. We say, we say for money to other people, you know what, you will suffer. You're going to make losses out of anger. We say that it becomes a curse. So the fourth category is all about curses.
Right. Interesting. And especially this last one. And when you say, we end up cursing ourselves also. And I know that a lot of people, that why is this happening to me? I'm such a good person. I don't treat others badly. But the thing is that knowingly or unknowingly, even something, Brenda Charu, like, in anger, when you say, go to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You've sent a curse out to the person. You've not realized. And the same way, somebody could be doing that to you as well. And that's just the starting point.
Yeah.
Right? And then it just builds up and builds up. Now, I will come to, is this just a diagnostic? What's the future for telling with all this? I will come to that. But before that, because I've heard a lot of people use these words, they've intermingled the words. So I'm asking you for clarity for everybody. Dark entities, negative energies, are they the same? Are they different?
They're totally different. So negative energy means, when we say negative energy, we mean negative emotions,
right,
like anger, hatred, jealousy. These are all negative energies. And these negative energies are actually the fuel for negative entities.
Right.
So when you are too much into a mode of negative energy, when you are only complaining, when you're only resentful, and when you only talk of negative energies, you stay too much in negative emotion, is where you create an environment for negative entities. Now, as Brenda already explained, negative entities are those energies, those souls which haven't crossed over. In universe, for everything there is a place. So they haven't reached the spirit world due to certain reasons. And that's where they get stuck in this physical plane, and they need a body to survive. And that's how the entities, negative entities, they thrive on your negative emotions, because your negative emotions creates cracks in the auric field and they get into you. So they are totally different energies.
Right. And this is where I want to ask you, it's okay, fine. This is how this happens. These are the four broad-based categories that you have put this into. I do want to come to what made you go into this, but before that, when this happens, what is the effect on it tomorrow? For example, like if somebody has dark entities on them, how does it affect them? And therefore, what's going to happen in the future? Is it possible to know even that because of these dark entities, this is going to happen or likely going to happen with you, to you?
So we have developed a chart, and on our charts, we check like the areas affected. So we check whether it is health, fitness, money, relationships, sex, sexual relationship. So we have developed a chart where we actually find out the area affected and the emotions that are being created and the harm it's being done.
Right. And is there a timeline also that one gets
Yes,
to?
we also check on how long this has been there for them. Like sometimes we have found people with 20 years or 25 years. It's not always as fresh as you think it is.
Right. Right. Interesting. And